What's going on, guys? JSGC Vlogs here, and we are here for another Iceland video. Today we're coming from Vik. We're going to go and check out a really interesting place today. We're going to go and check out a live lava show. So for the first time ever, we get to go and see actual magma, actual lava, and I am very excited. This is just something that we came across a couple of days ago and was having a look at things to do in Vik. So we thought that sounds pretty cool. We'll go and book it in and we'll go and check it out. So that's what we're going to go and have a look at today for you guys and see if we would recommend it. I do know that it's ran by a local Icelandic family that are running the lava show, so hoping to support their business and their cause, which is fantastic. Always a big thumbs up from me. So if you are enjoying the content so far, then do subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. We've done plenty more Iceland videos if you want to go and check them out, and we've got plenty more coming up for you guys to enjoy. Don't forget to like the video as well, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So let's go and check out this live lava show. So here we are in Vik. We've got the rocks just behind where you find the fill-ups over there. That's the Cronin that we checked out yesterday. My recommendation to go and check out the three supermarkets, and then over there you've got the rocks. We have arrived at our destination, the Icelandic Lava Show Troll Expeditions. There we go. Let's get parked up. The car park's very busy here as well, which is what we like to see. A lot of room down there.
The bubbles you're seeing, this is the steam rising from the ice blocks that are lying below the lava flow. The steam only has one way up, and that's through the lava. That's how the bubbles are created. Maybe you're seeing some sparkles now and then. The sparkles are the metals that are naturally present in basaltic lava, combusting iron and titanium, for example. I will show you a few lava formations today, starting with Pele's hair. Pele is the Hawaiian goddess of the volcanoes. This is her hair. In nature, this forms when lava falls over edges, cools down rapidly. It can also be from lava bombs that fly through the sky, and then these thin strings of lava cool down, darken in color, and you see they do remain quite a bit flexible, so they definitely look a lot like hair. So here on the top it's getting already a bit solid, but there is still liquid lava flowing under that layer because it's protected from the colder air. And it's still coming out here at the bottom, and it will for like a minute or two more. I have three Hawaiian words for you today that are used internationally in volcanology. The first one refers to this slightly darker wavy pattern that you can see mostly on the sides of the lava flow. It's called Hoi lava, and this forms when liquid lava moves under a layer of lava that has already solidified a little bit, and that movement creates a ripple effect on the top layer. Okay, I have more ice. Let's put it on the front of the lava flow, because why not? Let's see what happens. Oh, here we go. So you can hear a lot of steam. You can see that the water, the meltwater, is rolling off of the surface of the lava as fast as it can. And where most of the water and ice is touching the lava, it's turning black in color very quickly. When the lava came into the room, it was 1,100 degrees Celsius, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So really hot. And the lava, which is now black in color, is already under half of that temperature. So of course there it's cooling down very quickly. You can see also that the steam is building up below the lava flow. Some parts are inflating a little bit, like the bubbles that you saw before. And in nature we have two kinds of lava flows, lava flows and Hoi lava flows. Lava flows are very thick, viscous, big boulders inside, and they make a lot of noise when they crawl forwards. And Pahoehoe lava flows, that's the bright orange lava that will follow the landscape like a liquid. That's what we have here. And in Iceland, when we have a tourist eruption, a lava eruption, this is the kind of lava that we get. You can hear a lot of crackling. This is the lava which is cooling down. When it cools, it shrinks. It takes up less space than it did when it was hot. And this shrinkage creates little fractures. These little fractures then join each other, creating not so little fractures. And the lava flow is actually going to split and segment itself in separate parts. And that will get a little bit loud from now on, especially here where the lava is lying on a piece of steel. So if you hear a bang like this, don't worry, it's the lava which is cooling down here on a piece of steel. Here the lava flow is a bit round in shape. The outer edges of it are already turning black. So the inner part, most sheltered from the colder air in the room, is going to solidify last. And even though all of this was liquid just a few minutes ago, at least this part of the lava flow has already become solid enough that I can already lift it. You see, it already became one big piece. And I'll show you what the lava is like on the inside by puncturing the bottom of the lava flow. Here you see I can easily pull out some of that beautiful mozzarella cheesy lava. That's not a Hawaiian term, but I think it's pretty descriptive. So you can see how good the lava is at insulating itself and how quickly it turns black in color when it's not isolated anymore. So those thicker parts really do take much longer to cool down. Now you hear a lot of crackling because the cold air has access to the bottom of the lava flow where it was not able to go before. So now there, it's very quickly, rapidly cooling and shrinking and fracturing. And you see this was also liquid a few seconds ago, it's already standing upright. This is a volcanic glass called tachylite. It's very brittle, very fragile. We don't have much silica in basaltic lava, and it's the silica that gives lava its hardness and strength. So whatever I make with the lava, it's gonna destroy itself, it's gonna crumble when it cools because it shrinks. But normal glass and normal sand that glass blowing artists use for their art is much richer in silica. So when they make something and it cools, it will stay in that shape. But I cannot do that. You see, when it cools, it becomes really brittle. You see a little bit of tension and movement, it just breaks in many, many, many little pieces. So unfortunately, I would say I cannot really make anything with this and then keep it. Also this, it's all gonna crumble eventually when it cools down. Now those bubbles that you saw, and also these things that came up, this is also a hollow area. Today it was formed by steam, but in nature it's mostly sulfur gases that inflate those hollow spaces. So you see, these are ceilings and it's hollow, so there's an open space below, and there of course the heat is trapped and it stays hot much longer. That's why it's still orange inside. I can show you how hot it is there by putting some paper in. You will see it will ignite very quickly, almost instantly. So yeah, it's definitely still really hot there. In the beginning, when we started the show, it took a long time to understand how quickly the lava cools and why it cools faster or slower sometimes, what it is dependent on. And so also when we were able to stand next to it. So now I can do it okay, a few seconds, but then I have to go away, otherwise my face will burn, my skin will burn. But in the beginning, I was so focused on what I was saying that I didn't even really notice how close I was, also at the wrong time sometimes. But I always got a reminder because I would smell the burnt plastic from my microphone wires. So that was my little reminder, too close, too soon. And I learned that very quickly. So here we don't have so much orange left, it's mostly black. This has also become one big piece. You see, I can also lift the front of the flow. It's like, we call this the dragon's mouth. It's still very hot underneath. You can see and feel that it's hot and glowing. So cold air has now access to the bottom of the flow. If I were to hold it like this, it would make the lava fracture and make it brittle very quickly, and it would fall down. I'm not gonna wait for that to happen, because you see it's already starting. That's when usually pieces fly away, and it's already close enough to you, I would say. And these open hollow spaces in nature, they are the main reason why you hear that you should never walk on a young lava flow. I'm trying to tell you what young means. If we leave this lava flow like this and we don't touch it, it will take 3 days to cool down to room temperature. In nature, a big lava flow can easily take 300 years to fully cool down. It's a very long, slow process, and at least a few decennia after the eruption stop, open hollow spaces like this will remain extremely hot. And if they are close to the surface, their ceilings are very thin, often invisible from the top, but they continue to cool and fracture, and our weight can be plenty to fracture those ceilings. And of course you don't want to fall inside. At our most recent eruption site, close to the international airport, we had liquid lava there still in September. That is not long ago. People are already walking on it. That is too soon. It will take at least 5 to 10 more years for those lava flows to cool down enough to be considered safe to walk on. So I don't recommend walking on it, but I do recommend you to go. It's absolutely beautiful. Very cool to see, but please don't walk on it yet. Now we are of course not going to wait for this to cool down for 3 days. The next show is at 2, so we better clean this up quickly before the next show. And we can already do that. We could do it now already, but we do it a few minutes after the show. Then all of this will be black. And with tools like this, we can come in and we tap the lava flow like this. And then you see we get smaller pieces. I'm now going to put them on the side so that cold air can get in between and that everything can cool a little bit faster. So this is not very tiring. You see it happens actually quite easily. It doesn't take me much effort. And for the big plate in the front, here you see I just do this, and then we have many pieces. And these smaller pieces we can easily scoop out with a shovel, and then we have a bucket, and the bucket is on the trolley, so we can easily bring everything to the back. And then once it's in the back, we can reuse the same material for the next show. So we have a cycle going on, and I'm not gonna lie, this is very experienced lava. It has done its trick quite a few times. So I'm also going to show you a little lava tunnel, and we have one because remember before I punctured the bottom of the lava flow to show you the mozzarella cheesy lava, and that flowed out and it left behind an open hollow space that solidified as such. And in nature there's many reasons and conditions why this will happen, but of course in nature they are much bigger. So here you can see a little one, this tunnel opening in the middle. So this hollow space is called a lava tunnel. In nature here in Iceland we have some that are several kilometers long. They have stabilized over many thousands of years, and you can even book a tour and go inside of them with a guide. You can walk through. It's absolutely beautiful, very interesting. It really helps to understand volcanoes, eruptions and lava flows, of course, in particular. These lava tunnels can run horizontally, vertically. They can also join and split other lava structures. In Hawaii we have the longest ones in the world. There they can be 50, 60 kilometers long, so they are very big, intriguing parts of lava flows. And you can see with the pieces that I'm lifting, it's very gray and glittery, the bottom of the flow. That is because when the lava comes out, it's so hot, it remelts the sand a little bit that it's flowing over. And that will go also back into the furnace. So in a way our batch is renewed over a longer period of time, and if we then need more, we just go to the Black Sand Desert with a car and a trailer and some shovels, we put on some music, and then we're ready to go again for a long time. So remember in the beginning we had Pele's hair, the first lava formation that I showed you. So this is the last leftover, so you can see it's really nice little pieces, but it's really fragile. Okay, that didn't work, but look how easy it is to break. You see, it just disappears in pieces, especially this is even finer. Most of it is even gone. Here there is a nice piece as well. I will just put it here in the front so that if you want to have a better look at the end of the show, that you can do that. And then, before I continue, does anyone maybe have a question, anything particular that you may wonder about that I haven't mentioned yet? I don't want you to learn the hard way. So this is tacky like obsidian. Some of you may know this as dragon glass from Game of Thrones. It's not exactly the same stuff, although it looks the same, and it also forms under similar conditions.
I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that lava show that we went to in Vic is probably one of the most interesting things that I've ever done or ever seen in my life. That was incredibly cool, but also incredibly knowledgeable and also very educational, and I've learned things today that I had absolutely no idea about, including the black sand that you find in Iceland is pulverized lava. We're currently in the Katla Geopark, made up I think of 4 different volcanoes, including E15, which was the volcano that erupted back in 2010. We've got one of the most active volcanoes in Iceland and in Europe as well, in Katla volcano, which is overdue by over 50 years now, an eruption. Whilst it would be incredibly cool to see, I'm hoping today isn't that day. They did say that they've not seen any signs that that is the case. A lot of the volcanoes here in Iceland are covered in glaciers, so they will start to melt. It creates flooding. They said they've got an evacuation plan in Vic for both the tourists and then a separate plan for the locals. You go and visit the little church which is up on that hill over there, and it's just incredibly knowledgeable, incredibly educational, so cool. I absolutely recommend coming to Vic and coming to the lava show and checking it out. It's also really cool that they give you a cooled down piece of lava to take home with you as well, which feels a lot, they were saying, like what you imagine dragon glass to be like in Game of Thrones. It does feel like a very smooth bit of glass, which I think is a really cool little souvenir that you can take home for no additional fee for your ticket cost to get in. That was exceptional. I'm going to end the video there because it's already near 18 minutes long, and I felt like the lava show in Vic was that good, that impressive. It deserves its own video in its own right. So I'm going to split this video that it was originally, I think, like 35 minutes worth of content. I'm going to split it into, so this is part 1. From here, we end up visiting the pulverized beach. Go and visit there. We go and visit some of the rock formations that they've got in Vic. We then go on to go and visit a couple of amazing waterfalls, which I will have that up for you guys next week. So I'll see you then for part 2. So thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all again next week.